Yo, what's up, everybody? How's it going? This is Marcos Villegas. This is the Fight Hub TV live chat. Today is March 29th, year 2020. What's up, everybody? I hope you guys have had a good weekend. A lot of stuff happened over the weekend. And as you know, this is the Fight Hub TV live chat. Please go ahead, like and subscribe and follow us, as you can see on the ticker below. And I'm going to get to your guys' questions first. But just to recap, the action that happened over the weekend in the world of boxing while we await for Marcus and Yair. Dillian Whyte stopping Alexander Povetkin in the fourth round in a I thought it was a decent performance from him. Yes, 2021, my bad, guys. I said 2020. Look at that. Had a long freaking day. Paul Newman, what's up, my man? How's it going? I'll go ahead and start putting up some of your guys' comments here. But over the weekend also as well, on Friday, I had a chance to go to Las Vegas for this Jake Paul, Ben Askren press conference. And it was it was interesting. That's for sure. I had to leave here from California to go over to Vegas at like 9 a.m. to make it there on time. And I got there. They had it at the Venetian, and I had really no idea how they're going to do everything. They had sent me emails about how everything works. So what's up from Chula Vista? What up, bro? What up? I have family over there in Chula Vista. So I got in there to the Venetian like around like 1:15, and we have to do, everybody that goes in there has to do a COVID check. So they have this like long hallway, and we go and we do the COVID check, and they do the nasal swab, and it's like a rapid test, like 15 minutes. And they have us in a room, and Kevin Iole was there, Mark Ramady, I believe, from ESPN. Now he was with MMA Fighting. Helen was there. So was what's his face, Schmo. What's up, Josh? So we're all there working, and then our test results come back, and we get a chance to go inside the press conference, and we go in there, and it's like this big old room. All right. And, I see it's funny. I see Al Bernstein there. And, I have a long history with Al. I worked with Al on the boxing channel. We did a lot of work together for many, many years. And Al was one of my first mentors, taught me a lot of stuff. And I know some of you guys are asking if it was staged. I was there. I saw it happen in person. I filmed the video. So I'll get to that. But I just kind of want to give you like how the day unfolded, because it was kind of odd, to be honest. So we're in there, and okay. So if you guys saw the stream, you saw that I did the translations for Reykon. I had no idea who the heck this Reykon guy was. We're gonna go ahead and also bring in Yair at this point also as well. Yair, what's up, bro? Welcome to the chat.
What's up, brother? How are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. I can hear you. What's up, Rapstar? Do you know who the hell Reykon was?
Isn't he
Okay. So you don't really know who he is either.
Well, when I saw what you tweeted, I was like, isn't he like a rapper, urban rapper or something like that? Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to be disrespectful, but I think I've kind of heard of him.
Yeah. So this is what happened, bro. My hair's all jacked up. We both wearing hats.
Yeah.
Look at this. So I was talking to the Triller guy last week, and he asked me if I spoke Spanish. Okay, not Reykon from Wu-Tang, Josh, not Reykon, Reykon, not Reykon from Wu-Tang. They had asked me the last week, no, 2 weeks ago. I got a text from the guy who's like the boxing head of Triller now. It's like, hey, Marcos, can you translate? And I was like, bro, I'm not a translator. Like, I could translate for the most part, but I'm not a translator. Like, I know Spanish, I'm fluent, but like, you need like a translator. And he had mentioned Reykon, and I'm like, what the heck is this guy talking about? Reykon? I don't even know. Maybe some guy on the car, like, I don't know. But it was never confirmed to me, like, hey, you're doing this. So I get there. I'm already late, and I'm stressing out because I have a new camera person in Vegas, okay, that's helping us out now. All right. And this is his first day. And he's like, where the hell is Marcos? You know, and I'm texting him and they're telling me that this press conference is about to start. I barely get in and I'm setting up my tripod and I'm hearing this girl frantically scream, where's Mauricio? Where's Mauricio? Where's our translator? Where's Mauricio? And I'm like, sweet, I don't have to do translations then. They found somebody. Perfect. I'm setting up and I hear somebody say, no, it's Marcos. Find Marcos. And I'm like, oh, shit. You know, so I'm setting up and the Triller people come up to me and they're like, hey, you're Marcos, right? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, you're doing our translations? And I'm like, I guess so. You know? And they're like, oh, okay, come here with me. And I'm like, well, how much time do I have? I have to set up. I got to make sure my ish, you know, is here and ready because, you know, I'm not getting paid by you guys. So they're like, well, you have 3 minutes. And I'm like, what do you mean I have 3 minutes? Yeah, we go live in 3 minutes. And I'm like, Jesus. So I tell my guy, like, hey, set up, build our rig. Let me go in the back. So I go in the back and I meet Reykon, he's in the back, and you know he's chilling there. He's a little guy. He's small. You know, he was wearing like these. Everybody wears those shoes, bro. You notice that, and you guys listening too. You notice that everybody wears those platform shoes now, especially if you're a fighter. You're shorter. You wear those platform shoes to make you look taller during the face to face. So. You know, I'm there and I meet Reykon, and I'm like, "Yo, what's up, man? I'm helping you with translations. Don't make this hard for me, please. Don't use hard words." And he gave me this look, like, "What the hell? Like, what do you mean? Don't make this hard for you?" And he's like, "Wait, you're the translator, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, they got me doing translations." So he's like, well, are you going to be on stage with me? And I'm like, I look at the guy and I'm like, hey, Reykon wants me on stage with him. He's like, no, you can't do that. You have to be in the corner. And I'm like, I tell him, and he's like, no, like, how am I supposed to know what this guy? Raycon's fighting a guy named Joe Fournier. No clue who the hell he was either. No idea who these guys are, to be honest. You know, and Raycon's like, no, bro, like, I want to listen what this guy says, you know? And I'm like, well, I'm going to be there on the side, just, you know, whatever you say, I'll go and do to the house. And Raycon's like, dude, I want an IFB. So I tell the guy, Reykon wants an IFB. And the guy's like freaking out. He's like, you know, our translator's giving us trouble. You know, we're live right now. You know, Marcos, you need to go over there. And I'm like, yo, bro, just talk and I'll translate what you say, okay? And he's like, all right. So I go there and Al's introducing everybody. And at this point, I still don't know who the hell Reykon is. Okay, like they keep saying Reykon, and I'm like, is this guy's name Reykon? You know, and I see his full name on the screen where they show it. So I go and I look it up, and I'm like, holy shit, this guy's big. Like, what the? He's done songs with Maluma, and I'm like, what in the hell? I'm like, this little guy is gonna fight this big ass buff dude. I'm like, this guy's nuts. So they introduced both guys there. Al starts asking the questions. You know, I do the translations, and it's a hard job. You know, Yair, you do translations as well, man. This shit's hard. You know, especially if you don't have a pen and paper on you, like to verbatim remember everything. It's really, really hard. So, you know,
it's harder than it looks, bro. It really does.
And yeah, it's tough, man. It's super tough. So I'm there doing the translations. I think, you know, I got about 85% of them right, you know. But it was funny because this dude, Reykon, said he's only trained 20 days for this fight. And this fight's on April 17th. And this guy is an 8-0 pro former boxer that outweighs him. And like, I still don't know. I guess supposedly they had beef in the club because this fool Joe Fournier, and he's the opening fight on this Triller card with Jake Paul and Ben Askren. I guess this fool swooped up on a chick at the club, and Reykon liked that chick. So Reykon tried to swoop on that chick, and he like cock blocked this guy, and that's how the beef started with them. But yeah, did they give you the bag? No, but I'm gonna have it. I'm having a chat with these fools with Triller, trust me, I'm gonna try to get something out of this, you know. Um, so that's where the beef started out. But yeah, I had no idea that this guy was like that big. So he comes off and he like, you know, he's like, hey, thank you so much, Marcus. I'm like, oh yeah, sure, cool, Reykon, you know. And then I start texting people and people know who he is. And I'm like, wait, this guy's a big dude then. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, dude, I show up and literally like 3 minutes later, like, oh, we need you to do translations. We need you to do translations. So, you know, that finishes and Marcus is in the chat. We'll get you up in here, Marcus. Just hold on for a second. So, you know, Frank Mir's there. All this stuff is happening. And then finally, when I get off stage, I'm with my guy filming. Oscar shows up and I look and he's right behind me and I'm like, what the hell? What's Oscar doing here? You know? And Brent saying you could be Triller's official interpreter. I don't want to do interpreting work, man. That shit is hard, dude. It is super hard and it's stressful because it's either you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because someone's always going to criticize you that you didn't get the translation right, or you're going to miss something, or they say, oh, this guy speaks in an accent. Da, 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 da. It's like a lose-lose.
He's a pocho.
Yeah, when you do the interpretation. But I turn around and Oscar's there, and I'm like, how's Oscar doing here? Like that's weird, you know? And I'm like, hey, what's up, Oscar? And he's like, oh, hey, but he has like this serious face on him. I'm like, is Oscar in a bad mood or what? You know, he goes up there and says, hey, I'm coming back. What is it? July something, to do his comeback fight. And I'm like, oh, okay. So he announces his comeback fight. I try to go ahead and get Oscar some on-camera thing. So I go follow him in the back, and the Triller people are like, no, you can't come in here. You can't come in here. I'm like, well, I need to talk to Oscar. Like, dude, he didn't say anything. Like I need to know what the heck he's saying. They're like, well, we'll try to get you, you know, him later, but you know, he has a deal with us, some sort of agreement going on with us. And I'm like, oh, all right. It's funny, Paul is saying be the official translator for the Steel City boxing game. So okay, so Oscar does his announcement. I'm now bringing in all three of us in here with Marcus and all that. It's story time, guys. So bear with me. So Regis and what's his face, Ivan, finish. They do their thing, and then you know we get the main event. You know, Jake and Ben come. You know, and I don't know if you guys watching us right now, you saw the press conference. It was all right. It was pretty funny. You know, Ben likes to troll. Jake talks a lot of ish. I'm there, you know, watching it and cracking up. You know, Jake did say one thing of consequence, which I thought was really cool, and I think it serves as a really cool life advice thing for anybody doing this kind of stuff. You know, he made an analogy that you know, there's enough room in boxing for everybody to make a living and everybody to make money. And you know, I was always told that too when I got into this by Bernardo Osuna from ESPN. He's always told me like, hey, there's more than enough sunshine to spread around in this game. You know, you're going to meet a lot of people that want everything to them, and you know, they're going to be very, very greedy, and they're going to treat you like you're a threat, and they're going to act like there's not enough to go around, and there's enough to go around for everybody. You know, and I've seen it in YouTube where people, you know, just want everything for themselves. You know, and I've always remembered what Bernie has said and thought like, hey, you know, like the more the merrier. Like, you know, if someone decides to go and does a YouTube channel in this space, that's fine, cool, congrats. You know, it doesn't bother me at all. You know, because I've always acquainted to what Bernie has said is like there's more than enough for everybody in this game, you know, and it's true because this YouTube game is, you know, it's you against you. You create content or you go out and you try to get interviews. But Jake said something similar to that I thought like, wow, this is the first real thing I've ever heard this dude say that actually had a lot of substance to it. And he mentioned that some celebrity told him like, hey, you know, just because like you build a skyscraper in New York, you don't get in the way of the other skyscrapers. And you see 50 skyscrapers in New York. Build your own skyscraper. You know, you're not a worry or a hindrance to anybody else. You're not getting in anybody's way. There's more than enough for everybody in this boxing game. And I stood there and I was like, holy crap. Jake Paul just literally dropped a gem on everybody there. And I'm like, that's the most mature thing I've ever heard this kid say in just everything that he said in the buildup to everything. And I'm like, holy crap. So they finish the press conference. He leaves, and I think like everything's going to be over at this point. But they're telling us like, no, they're going to face off. So they do this the undercard face offs. Reykon and Joe, and I'm just still thinking like, dude, this Reykon guy's going to get freaking knocked out, man. He's a little guy. He's never trained boxing at all. He said that he's only had 20 days physical preparation for this fight. This guy's an 8-0 pro, and yeah, he probably didn't fight very good guys, but he has to outweigh him by like 50 freaking pounds, and he's like a foot taller than him. I feel bad for the guy. He's gonna get knocked out really, really bad. Those guys face off, and Frank Mir and Steve Cunningham act like they're big old buddies. They face off. Regis and Ivan face off, and then Jake and Ben face off. So Jake comes out first, and I'll get to somebody you mentioned like, oh, that shit was so staged. It wasn't staged. All right. Ben comes out from my right side. So from where I'm sitting, from my right side. Okay. And then Jake comes out almost the same direction. They cross paths. And in the thing that I filmed, I think I caught this. Ben went to go grab Jake's nose, and he kind of is like, hey, got your nose. And Jake got like really irritated. Ben went inside the booth because they had this booth that had glass. I don't know if it was plexiglass, but it had glass walls where they were to face off. And Jake's like, nah, F that. It's funny, rolling with the punches. Who doesn't like Reykon? I didn't even know who this guy was, bro. I didn't even know who this guy was. So Jake tells Ben, no, come outside. Let's go face to face. So they're going face to face, and that's when he does the little face palm, the little shove. And then Jake goes in and he slaps him on the stomach. At that point, my first initial reaction was, damn, this fool just got punked hard, and I'm like, dude, what face-off have you ever seen where a guy, they put their hand on that guy's face and he doesn't do anything? That usually leads to a scuffle, a fight happening, and this didn't happen here. I spoke to Ben after. I'm like, yo, what's up? What was up with that? And he's pretty much, it's akin to, and I know we've all like gotten in situations where we felt that there's another person that can't do anything to us, and we punk them because we know like they can't do anything to the person, to you, and that's pretty much what Ben said. Like, hey, this guy can't do anything to me. I know if I really wanted to go ahead and kick his ass, I could, so he has that confidence about that. But it is a boxing match, and even the title of this is asking, because there's been a lot of talk, man. We got huge numbers over the weekend for this, so there's a lot of interest. Regardless of what you think about Jake Paul, the dude gets traffic, he gets numbers, he gets interest. I think it's an act. That's not really how he is, because I've heard interviews that he talks like a normal person. He's a kid, and yeah, he's gonna mess up like a kid. But I obviously he's playing the villain role, the heel role, to get attention, so people want to go ahead and tune in. But let me know, you guys in the chat, if you think Ben has a chance in this fight, or if you think Jake's going to work him. As I want to ask both Yair and Marcus, what you guys think about this fight, man, because I feel a lot of people aren't seeing the fact that Ben Askren has been in there with guys that are killers. Robbie Lawler, the Bellator guy, Lima. Obviously Damon Maia is not a killer standing, but killer jiu-jitsu. Yes, I understand that. But Masvidal, yeah, he got knocked out quick with the knee, but anybody would have gone down with that knee. But this guy's trained with killers too, in training, day in and day out. Dirty Funk right here. Doesn't matter. Ben isn't going 3 rounds. I'm going to start with you first, Yair. Do you think Ben has a chance?
Not at all, man.
No? So I'm the only one that thinks Ben has a chance?
No. I'll take that back. No, I believe he does have a slight chance. I believe he will hang in there and probably use more of an experience of, fighting top fighters. But I think the slight difference will make is that, he's been in MMA or UFC, and, Jake has been doing boxing longer. I mean, that's his natural playground. So you're going to see a slight difference.
Bro, Jake's not a boxer, dog. Come on.
I'm just saying, like, he's boxing
for like a year and a half.
I'm just saying, like, that's his atmosphere. That's his playground. That's his playground. And I just feel like that's going to be a slight advantage. I mean, look what just happened. Look what happened with Conor and Floyd. You know what I mean? Like, even though Conor stood in there,
All right, hold on a second. Jake has not been boxing for years. He's been boxing for a year and a half, guys. Come on, a year and a half. All right, and I give him credit. He's taking it seriously. All right, and he's training and sparring with pros and all that. But I feel like a lot of people don't understand the background of Ben Askren. This guy's been in the training room with killers that have better stand-up probably than Jake, okay? And he's been in situations like that Robbie Lawler fight. He kept his calm. He kept his cool. He ended up winning the fight. People are saying Jake's going to knock out Ben Askren. And I'm like, dude, if Robbie Lawler in 4-ounce gloves couldn't knock out Ben Askren, okay, in 4-ounce freaking gloves, there's no way Robbie Lawler doesn't hit as hard. If not, I mean, there's no way Jake Paul hits harder than Robbie Lawler. No freaking way. And yeah, okay, I could be wrong, but on the surface level, it does not look like that. All right. Marcus, are you the man of reason here, or you think Jake Paul is going to win this also?
Man, this is a strange fight, right? It's a strange fight for me because one, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about Askren. I haven't really followed Askren's career. I've heard this is the classic. Here we go. We're getting ready to find out if an MMA guy, he's a seasoned MMA guy, right? He's been in with some good guys. Man, it would be crazy.
Yeah, come on, bro. McLovin, get your Mick ass out of here. You're crazy, dog.
Listen, man. All honesty, he shouldn't lose. Obviously, he shouldn't lose. Askren should not lose.
Askren should not lose. He should not lose.
No.
Okay, Josh, look at it. Come on. Jake Paul has trained in limited boxing gyms. It doesn't matter if you train in legitimate boxing gyms. Dude, this fool Ben Askren has been fighting professional fighters for like the last 10, 11 years. But he's used to seeing all that stuff in the training room and in real fights. These MMA fighters had really good stand-up striking. Yes, I understand he would take them down, but still, he's trained with these guys. He's had longer training experience than this guy.
Yeah.
Marcos, let me ask you something. Who has more to lose in this fight?
Askren.
I would say Askren because this is going to follow him the rest of his life.
Yes.
He's going to get turned into a meme, and it's going to be with him forever.
But honestly, he's already been a meme. He's already.
No. You don't understand. No, I know he's already been a meme, but you don't understand. If he loses to this guy, like this is the one thing people are going to remember. All this, the ONE FC welterweight title, the Bellator welterweight title, his NCAA wins, him being this guy's a freaking Olympian. All right,
bro, he's going to be a refried meme.
Yeah. People are going to forget about all that, and they're going to be like, Ben Askren, you're the dude that lost to Jake Paul.
I just feel like Jake Paul has more to lose. That's just my personal opinion. I feel like Jake Paul has more to lose just because he needs this. Like, without boxing, you really would have never heard of Jake Paul besides if you're a gamer. I really never heard about him until he got more into this boxing. And I don't know. I just feel like
look, that's what we got it twisted.
But I love what Marcus is saying. Like, it's just one of those where, like, we're gonna find out, is Jake Paul really meant for this? Is Ben Askren the real dude? Can he hang in there? Is he gonna be the second MMA fighter that's gonna step into the boxing ring and be able to make a change? We just don't know. That's what's so intriguing about this fight, and I'm just so excited about it. At first, I was like, oh man, it's another YouTube fight. But I said, well, it's Ben Askren. He's an Olympian. Yeah, he's been knocked out by Jorge Masvidal. Has been haunting him. I was like, I don't know, but
now let me just, for the sake of argument, right? For the sake of argument, listen, let's go back. Jake Paul is training as a legitimate fighter, is he not?
Yeah.
Is he not?
And
Jake Paul is training.
And before you get to that, that's what I've always said in all these lives and to people that he's doing more than 99% of the people out there, because he's not a very likable guy by what he portrays as this persona, because it's a persona. Yeah, it's probably him exaggerated times 100, but I really feel that he's not super douchey all the time. Like this is just an act that he puts on. But continue, Marcus. But he is doing more than the average person. He's getting in there. He's actually training. He's actually putting together a camp. He's on a diet. He's sparring. And at the end of the day, he's actually going inside a ring and risking it and fighting. So props to him for doing that, because that's more than any of us and more than anybody else on the chat.
And I mean, he's what I'm saying is that he's been training legitimately for what, a year and a half, 2 years? Is that right?
I think a year and a half.
Man, if he's been training a year and a half every day, right? He's making weight. He's got 2 career fights, right? Who their versus doesn't matter. I train guys at boxing gym on a pro level that are cutting their teeth, that are 17 and 18 years old, and we're taking these guys to Mexico, bro. You know what I'm saying? And these guys are fighting. Hey, they fighting a dude that looks like he was at Walmart last Tuesday. You get what I'm saying? Like
the taco guy.
And it's a hell of a
brawl. I'll share a funny ass story about that when you're done, Marcus.
They knocked the guy out, but it just kind of is what it is. Like, he's stepping his competition up. If anything else, let's not complain, bro, because he could be somebody that he could call out another YouTuber. It could be Jake Paul versus Corey Kenshin or some fight like that, right? It's not. Yeah. He's fighting Ben Askren. He's stepping up. He's challenging himself, and if he's willing to put himself out there. So if he gets knocked out, bro, still all hats off and respect to him, because he ain't a YouTuber anymore. He's a fighter as of Saturday night. As of 17th, he's gonna be a fighter. Period.
Well, yeah, this is the real first combat sport.
He's a fighter on the 17th, bro.
Yeah.
Whatever happens. He's putting his life on the line.
He beat that Gibb guy, and then he beat Nate. Nate is an athletic guy, but have zero combat sports experience. Like, this guy's an Olympian, an MMA fighter, world champion MMA fighter, in other organizations, never in the UFC. So yeah, you guys in the chat, one last time, man, let us know who's going to win. Who do you feel is going to win and why? Ben Askren or Jake Paul? As we transition over to Oscar De La Hoya. But I am going to say that's funny about you mentioned like the Mexico thing. I remember I was calling a fight in Mexico, and this team comes out. They have their fighter. That fighter loses. They leave, and literally the trainer comes back out 5 minutes later as the next opponent for the guy. Big old belly and black shorts. And I'm like, on the broadcast, we're like, wait, that's the trainer of the guy of the last fight. I'm like, did he just walk in here to I'm like, yeah, he just came in here like, hey, you want an extra $200? He's like, all right, sure. And he came in there and had a fight, calf driver.
In the chat, I bet you didn't go to Mexico and get the dub.
Right
now, get the dub, bro. It ain't happening. You get put to sleep,
tough, bro. They're all tough. They're all scrappy, But Oscar De La Hoya announcing on July that he's coming back. You guys, do me a big favor. There's 600 of you in here. Let's get some likes going, please. If you're tuning in to us for the first time, subscribe to the channel. We're here every Monday at 5:35. This is the Fight Up TV live chat. No, Marcus does not live in Mexico. Marcus is not allowed in Mexico. The Prime Minister said, Prime Minister, that's hilarious. The Prime Minister, for $200, I'll fight my nans. Man, that's not a lot, dude. For $200, I wouldn't fight my nans. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's kind of cold, bro. That's some built-in
animosity. Did you see the comment that somebody said, winner gets Marcos?
That's. Hey, I said this in the previous chat, but you guys might not know it. I got offered a fight, a social media fight. I got offered to fight on this Chavez card that's coming up, the exhibition with Macho Camacho in Mexico, and the guys offered a ballpark amount, and I told him my amount, and I said, you guys serious? And he's like, yeah, we're gonna get in contact with the other guy, with the opponent, because I told him like, well, there's only like 1 or 2 people that make sense. Okay, and they're like, yeah, we know who. I'm like, all right.
So they went
and they called that person, which I'm not gonna name, because there's no point. But they called, they talked to that person, they called me back and said, "No, he's not taking the fight." And I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "But that's a good amount of money." And he's like, "Yeah, but they're not. He spent the whole time just complaining about you, but he didn't want to take the fight." And I'm like, but I guess it would have been cool to fight on this Chavez card, in Mexico. That's happening in Guadalajara. Oscar De La Hoya. I'm not saying any names. I'm not saying any names. I'm not saying any names. You never know. It could happen in the future. All right. You never know. I'll gladly take that fight.
I'm working your corner, bro. I'm working your corner, dog. I got some equipment. We can get you in there, homie.
Yeah. Oscar De La Hoya announced his comeback. He's on the rocks with DAZN. Things are not good with him. The contract that he had signed with DAZN was for his company. It was not for him. That's why he's able to go ahead and do this with Triller. That was kind of like the go around. He's acting as Oscar De La Hoya, the athlete, not Oscar De La Hoya tied to Golden Boy Promotions. So there's been a few people thrown out there. I know we did a post earlier. Yair did on our Instagram, which you could follow, as you can see on the sticker at Fight Up TV. You mentioned who, Yair?
It was Floyd Mayweather, Fernando Vargas, and Conor McGregor. Because apparently it's high rumored that Conor McGregor is apparently the first in line. Now, I kind of would, ideally, in a perfect world, I would have loved to see Tito Trinidad added in that. I would have loved to see Tito Trinidad versus Oscar De La Hoya, because we all know what happened really in that
you
fight.
Want to see Ronda Rousey, bro?
No.
Come on. I thought we finished that argument that Ronda could, the whole. Yeah. You remember that whole thing that Ronda could beat Floyd and Ronda could beat a guy? Get the F out of here with that nonsense, man. Come on.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly.
You see the three opponents. Obviously, all of them would really. I think out of those three, all of them would catch a lot of attention. But me personally, when Oscar was when he was being serious about it, and when he dropped the mic, but man, it would be perfect sense to watch Tito Trinidad. Imagine how much people would want to see that fight again. That never happened, and the Floyd Mayweather one too. So Conor, I don't know. We'll see Conor. I think the Conor one.
Conor, I don't know. I don't think that one makes much sense now, especially what happened with the loss to Poirier. I think Conor needs to just stick to what brought him notoriety and what brought him to the dance, which is his MMA game. Tito Trinidad I think would be great. Everybody thought, not everybody, but I think a majority of fans felt that Oscar won that fight against Tito. Fernando Vargas, he's kind of fat right now. I don't know if he can get in shape. Yeah, Mino fucking panza on him, The other person, Floyd, when we talked to Oscar a few months ago, he had mentioned that he wanted a Floyd fight. Oscar is one of the few guys that has won legit rounds against Floyd and gave him trouble in certain spots during this fight. Marcus, why are you making that face?
Man, stop, man.
Stop. Oscar gave him fits.
He did not, man.
Oscar gave him fits in that fight.
Man, he gave him, what kind of fit did he give him?
He gave him a jab to the face.
Crazy wild punches up against the ropes. He didn't do nothing. He came and he went just like the rest.
No, there was
just like the rest.
There was times where yes, he looked foolish because he was missing a lot.
Absolute foolishness.
But there was
haircut,
when Oscar was landing his jab, he was landing it on Floyd. He was popping Floyd's head, bro. Oscar's the only guy in recent memory that has won clear rounds against Floyd.
And I think it was really the only the Jose Luis Castillo fight back in the day. Also, was one of the type fights that Floyd had. But yeah, Oscar's fight. It's just it's controversial. But yeah, Oscar had some clear wins. Me personally, I would have had it. I would have been satisfied with a draw. But I wouldn't mind.
Wait, a draw with what?
With Oscar and Floyd.
Man,
no.
I would have been
going on here.
Hey,
Have you been sniffing that Shinola, man?
No, I'm saying Oscar won rounds, but he didn't win that fight, dog. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying y'all crazy, bro. Y'all crazy. Oscar beat Floyd in what world, mate? I heard somebody say that from Australia. Mike, in what world did Floyd lose to Oscar De La Hoya, Mike?
I'm
It
not
never
saying he's
happened, Mike.
losing. I didn't say he
No.
lost. I didn't say I would have been satisfied with a draw. Sweet Pea beat Oscar.
I didn't think he beat
Yes, he
Oscar.
did.
I remember seeing that fight. I thought
Yes.
Oscar did just enough in that fight against Purnell. Floyd obviously is an option, though I don't think that's likely. You know who has been thrown in the mix that I didn't know, that a lot of people had told me?
Juan Manuel Marquez.
Yep, Juan Manuel Marquez, and he's posting videos that he's out running, trying to lose weight. The weight difference, Juan's a small dude, compared to Oscar. Oscar's actually he's not big, but you'll be surprised that Oscar's kind of tall for a Mexican. He's 5'11". We don't really get past the 5'9" point. We're small guys, us Mexicans. Hey man, that's a fight that we never saw. Like him and Cotto, we never saw Oscar with. But hey, everybody on the chat, man, let us know who would you like to see Oscar fight in his comeback, and who would be interesting. Marcus, to you, who would be interesting?
You know what, man? I like the notion about the Tito Trinidad. I thought that was dope, right? I think it would be slick for the Juan Manuel Marquez. Would be a comeback fight for him. But you know what? I think he really wants. I think he wants to fight. I think he wants to fight. I think he really wants to like have a real bout. So we may be looking for somebody. How much do you think he weighs right now?
He said he's going to go to 160, right? I heard that.
When I talked to Oscar, and
Ryan's Monterosian versus Oscar De La Hoya, bro. Go.
Vanis, no.
Ryan's Monterosian
I like
versus
Vanis,
Oscar.
but Oscar's going to go for like the biggest name out there because it's Oscar. Oscar, him saying over the weekend, he said that he weighs about 172, 170, that he still wants to get down to about 165.
Okay.
He looks pretty fit. I'm telling you, in January we saw him. He looked pretty good. Wow, you feel small.
Dana White.
But yeah, this most recent one, he literally would show us his belly. He was already got his six pack or his abs coming in. Like, wow, he's looking pretty good. He felt solid. So he could probably make 160, 165. But
I don't think it's a joke.
Huh?
I don't think it's a joke. I don't think it's a joke. I mean, I think, hey, there's something going on. Oscar wants to fight, bro. So, bring it on back. Like Apollo Creed said, bro, you can't just turn it off like some radio. You can't turn it off, bro. It's time to get Oscar back. Get Corte back. What's our Corte look like?
Dude, is he even in like good condition and all that, Because some of these guys shouldn't be taking fights because, it's some of them got hit a lot, and I worry about the health, to be honest, How old is Oscar now?
48.
Oscar's 48.
48.
48. He's 48.
Yeah.
That's great for his age, but
He doesn't look like 48.
48, man. 48. Why would you want to do this at 48? It's nuts. It's crazy. I'm seeing a lot of Vargas, a lot of Trinidad is what I'm seeing from the chat over here with you guys. Both I'm okay with. Ryan Kavanaugh.
I like to see Vargas, man. Vargas can get back in shape.
If he can get back in shape.
Vargas can train with his son.
Ryan Kavanaugh of Triller said that they're looking for an MMA guy. I don't know. I would hope it would be a Marquez. I think that would be great, but do it an exhibition. Marquez has been retired for a really long time as well. He had knee problems also. He's not going to look good in any return fight. He's going to look rusty. So I just hope it's not somebody that shouldn't be stepping in the ring. I don't think Evander should be fighting Tyson, and even if it's an exhibition, because if you've ever spoken to Evander or interviewed him, he slurs a little bit, and it's not a good idea for him to take punches at age 56, 57.
De La Hoya versus Broner.
so great. Yeah, they can make 140. You know.
Hey, I also said De La Hoya versus Mayorga. That would be pretty good. The
He
build up,
already popped though. He knocked him
But he
out.
knocked Mayorga
I know,
out.
like build up would be very interesting because you remember that build up back in the day. That was a very good build up for Mayorga.
Hey, look,
Mario
that was the one. Look, that was the one where Oscar turned into an essay, homie. Remember?
Man.
Yeah.
He showed up with the beanie on, with the Ben Davis on, bro. It was ridiculous, homie. He tried to get hard.
Yeah, it's just to sell a fight. That would be very good. But I don't. What is Mayorga doing now? He's like a referee in the streets now in Nicaragua. Like he's
I
living.
don't know what Ricardo's doing, man.
Yeah, man. He's like living in the streets.
I saw a photo of him about a year ago. He was like passed out drunk on the street corner. You know,
Mayorga?
Yeah, Mayorga. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
What's up, Afro Rican? What's going on, bro? Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the support, bro.
What up?
Appreciate it, man. I'm late, but who do you think Crawford is going to fight next? Ugas, Porter, or Ortiz? I don't, dude. Supposedly, boxing Twitter is saying that Sean Porter. I haven't read anything about that, but supposedly, you know, that's a tremendous fight. That's a great fight. I love that fight, Porter and Terrence Crawford. Obviously, they both have spoken about wanting the fight and their desire to do it, but for big money. Sean already mentioned something about Arum in his first offer. So let's see what happens. Chet. Chet. I love that. Chet, isn't that from a movie? Chet. What's up, Chet? Chet Collins. What's up, bro? What's going on? Hope you're doing well on this Monday night. I want him to back up his ish talk of Triple Yi. Remember, he said Triple Yi, I beat him easily. So let's see. Dang, Oscar versus Golovkin. Well, supposedly Bernard Hopkins thinks that Oscar beats Golovkin.
And Golovkin is not. He's not a fan of Oscar. We've known that for years now.
Triple G cannot stand Oscar.
Yeah,
Triple G
That's a
thinks
fight
that
that
Oscar's
Triple G
no
would
matter
take
that win.
too.
You know, what was that, Marcus?
That's a fight that Triple G would take too. That's Triple G's style.
course.
Homie. Triple G would take that fight. Oh, 48 years old. Oh, a whole bunch of money. You know, I mean, he
not even that. I think, you know,
jump all over that.
Triple G blames Oscar for losing those decisions against Canelo. You know, especially
Oscar
the
didn't
first
fight
one.
Canelo. Triple G fought Canelo and he didn't get it done. He had a chance to KO Canelo, he didn't do it.
A lot of people disagree with you, Marcus. A lot of people be like, nah, dog. Triple Yi.
Triple G.
Triple Yi won that first one. Second one debatable. I had the second one a draw, but
Canelo won the second one, bro.
Canelo won the second one. The first one was a draw. Canelo.
I was there live. I thought it was a draw. The second one.
Marcus,
I could see why.
He's rubbing it in.
Why. I could see why the judge would give it to Canelo. I thought it was a draw. I thought Canelo came on strong early on, and then as it went on, Golovkin started getting his groove. But I could see, you know, I saw Golovkin after that fight. I went and saw him, and you know, it was the weirdest thing, and it really brought home that saying that Sergio Martinez once said that, you know, when he lost to Cotto. When he beat Chavez Jr., he got like 200 phone calls. His phone was getting lit up. But when he lost to Jr., he only had 3 missed phone calls. 2 of them was from his mom and 1 from a private number. His after party was, dang it, where was it? I think it was at not the Mandalay. What's the other one that's the fancier Mandalay, but the same property, the Delano, I think. It was at the Skyfall, Sky Lounge, something like that. And I was there, and there was hardly anybody there at that Triple G after party. It was just him and his homies.
Was that the second one?
The second one. It was him and his homies. So I went over there, and I asked the guy, hey, you know, I asked Thorsten, I'm like, hey, can I say what's up to Gennady? He's like, yeah, come on in. You know, and I see Gennady. Hey, what's up, Gennady? He's like, hey, Marcos. Hey, Marcos. And he asked me, he's like, what'd you think? And I'm like, Gennady, it was a close fight, bro. And I'm being honest with you. I thought it was a draw. And he's like, I could see that. And he said that. He's like, I could see that. Very close fight. Very close fight. And I'm like, well, how you feeling? He's like, I'm okay. He's like, I'm okay. I know it was a close fight, but I'm okay. But I was just shocked because it was his brother and his homies. There was no more than like 25 people there, you know, and it really hit home what Sergio Martinez said, that when you win, everybody loves you, but when you lose, everybody completely forgets about you. Chet, what's up, man? Thank you for that as well. Bro, I can't do Oscar like that, dog. Come on. How about Oscar versus Chavez Jr.? I won't say the rest, but S1 goes, aw. Hey, I wouldn't mind seeing Oscar versus Chavez Jr.
Behind.
I wouldn't mind seeing that. Do you
Oscar
guys
would
want to
whoop
see?
Chavez.
Hold on. You guys want to see Chavez versus Oscar? Let's see. Let's see it in the chat. Yeah, you're going no.
No. There's really nothing there. I mean, it's like we try to find something in Chavez Jr. There's just nothing there. There's nothing that would Oscar would win, and people just be like, well, that's just for money. It's nothing to prove. There's nothing to prove there really for Oscar. If it's an MMA fighter, good, somebody that has good quality. If it's a boxer, I would like to be, one of the fighters that he faced, Mayweather, Vargas, or Marcus. That wouldn't be bad at all. But no, not that. No, I wouldn't want to see that. It's just there's nothing there. Me personally.
Marcus, can you hear me, Marcus?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. What'd you say? Sorry.
Chavez Jr.
Yeah, I mean,
Breaking news. Wait, Della. Oh, we got to get on our phones right now. De La Hoya versus Nate Diaz. All right, can you guys confirm this? Can one of you guys check your phones?
Hey, that would be a surprising bout. That I could see that would be surprising. Who knows?
I don't know.
I'm excited to see Oscar fight any way it goes. I think that boxing fans need to stop, not stop anything. Let's just try to look at it from a different angle. These are not BS. No.
Okay. This was trolling.
That's a good snap, though. No, not a troll. That's the breaking news part was a little extra, but that could be a cool fight. I'd watch it.
Nate, you'd watch Nate Diaz?
I would like to see that one too.
I would watch one of the Diaz brothers and Oscar because it would become bad guy versus good guy again. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They probably let him, and Dana White might give them a little like under the table incentive money, man. Dude, that would probably be a good fight. I'm not mad at it. But what I was trying to say is that let's think about it differently. Like these are we look at guys like Jake Paul and these other guys. These are listen, bro, look.
No, I'm shaking my head to the comments.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's look, the pandemic forced people to start hustling in a different way. And I think that boxing is no different. There are a lot of people that were at home that were getting money by appearing and doing things and, working out on the side. And they say, hey, I can go and fight a 10-round fight, 2-minute rounds, and I can make $3 or $4 million bucks. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's what they already do. I'm up for it, dog. I'll watch it all, no doubt.
So over the weekend, we saw Dillian Whyte knock out Alexander Povetkin in a fight that, man, Povetkin obviously nowhere near his prime anymore. Okay, but he did not look good. Like he looked like out of it immediately from the fight. And I understand he's past his prime, but it had me wondering too. Like did the whole COVID his whole bout with COVID did he fully recover from that? Because I had heard that Eddie gave Povetkin more money to make sure that the fight happened right away and there wasn't a lot of time. Hurricane Hankster, Povetkin did not train for that fight. Art, that was COVID Povetkin. A lot of people have been saying that. What do you guys think of overall of the fight? I'll go with you, Marcus, and then Yair, I'll have you chime in.
Yeah, I thought that whole fight, it just kind of seemed like Eddie Hearn was always on Dillian Whyte's side anyway. number
Oh, that's
one,
his fighter,
right?
though, isn't it?
Yeah. So, and what happened with when Dillian got stopped the first time, kind of out of nowhere. It kind of, I didn't think that Povetkin looked good. Dillian jumped on him. Povetkin went out. He just looks like he may be finished. Period, bro. I mean, he looks exhausted from the moment the fight starts. Like,
Yeah.
on to the next.
Yeah, that he did not look anything compared to the first fight, and if it's
No.
because of COVID, you can just see the difference of his body language. Even when he got hit with a straight right by Whyte, when he was bouncing back, he was just, I don't know, he just seemed he was not like all the way there. His balance wasn't there. His shots were not there. He looked exhausted already by the second round. He just looked worn out. So I was just like,
Right.
man. But like you're saying, Marcos, that Eddie Hearn gave him a little bit more extra bread, just make that fight happen. It had to make a statement. He had to make a statement for Whyte, and this was a perfect opportunity. But Povetkin had, he's already out the door, man. It was just bad seeing it. It's like what you said, is you don't want to see a fighter go out that way, and the way it was just bad. It was just bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Povetkin is old and Whyte looked overtrained. That's Dark Cloud is saying. I understand that he's nowhere near his prime anymore, but he didn't even get hit, and he looked discombobulated. It looked like his balance was even off. Like in that first round, I don't think a punch really landed, and he looked like all over the place. And I was like, "What the hell is going on with this guy?" And then I start remembering that he said he had COVID. Dillian Whyte didn't believe him, or didn't know what to believe, that because he's like, "Hey, there's no proof that it really got COVID." He thought it was just a ploy for Povetkin. Well, not that he thinks, but he thought maybe it could have been a ploy for Povetkin to get more training time to prepare for him. But after the fight, one of our correspondents in England, Declan, caught up with Dillian Whyte. They asked Dillian, "Hey, what do you want next?" And Dillian said, "Hey, I want to come to America. I might go for a WBA title because of what's going on with Fury and Joshua. And I can go ahead and get a title there." And he asked him, "Well, what do you think about Deontay Wilder?" And Dillian Whyte said, "I want to smash that guy's face in, but I don't know if Deontay Wilder is ever going to fight again." I think that's a great fight for both Dillian Whyte and Deontay Wilder. It's a great opponent for Wilder to come back to, because if Wilder's Wilder, that's a great stylistically good fight for him. For Dillian Whyte, because Dillian Whyte's really going to test Wilder if he's not up to snuff, not what he was before the second Tyson Fury fight. I'll ask you guys on here on the chat, do you guys like that fight between Whyte and Deontay Wilder? Would you rather see Dillian Whyte fight somebody else in the heavyweight division? Let us know while we discuss it over here, and make sure too to give us a like and a follow on social media, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to already at Fight Up TV. Give us all a like. I'm seeing already a lot of yeses. Yair, do you like that fight?
Yeah, I would love that fight. Absolutely. And it would be I would have Wilder on the edge of winning that fight. What was that? Oh my God, I always forget I'm bad with names sometimes. But Wilder, when he beat before he faced Fury, he knocked him out. What was his name? Ortiz. Yeah. So that fight, how Ortiz was just, he was just outboxing him, and then until he got caught, I feel like that would be the same scenario with Dillian Whyte versus Wilder. So it'll be like a late KO for Wilder, just because seeing how Whyte was performing this past weekend and how he was just using his jab as well, keeping his distance and coming in when he had to throw a legitimate combination, that would kind of frustrate Wilder. Obviously, we don't know how his mental state of mind would be coming into the ring, but I could see Wilder winning in late rounds, just what he did to Ortiz. So that's my prediction.
Marcus, what do you think?
I think that's a good fight. I would support that fight, man. I think that Wilder would probably be able to hit him and get him up out of there. But I think, exactly like Yair says, it's just a matter of if Wilder is able to knock him out. I don't think Wilder could outbox Dillian Whyte. I think that Dillian Whyte would be at his absolute peak form for him too. So I support the fight, man. We just got to see, what's up with Wilder. Where's Wilder's head at, and how's Wilder doing?
Yeah, that's an important thing. Where's his head's at Fab Castro. Dillian got a belt. Yes, it's an interim belt. It's not the real belt. He wants a belt, you know. But obviously, you know, the regular champion, the non-interim champion of WBC is
What is it with the WBC belt, bro?
what's up?
Every other fight we watch, I see the same belt. The WBC belt is on every fight now, dog. Like, what is it? Because is there something wrong with Fury? Because isn't Fury the reigning WBC heavyweight champion? So why do we need an interim WBC heavyweight champion in Dillian Whyte?
Yeah, I think it's because I'll tell you why. And I'm not 100% sure, but I have a hunch that it's this reason. It's because Dillian Whyte had been the mandatory for like 2+ years, and then Wilder loses the title to Fury, and then either they have to do the rubber match or this fight with Joshua, and it's like more waiting for Whyte. So I think to avoid that situation, they made him an interim title.
You know,
I know.
Give him a T-shirt, bro, that says "I'm next."
T-shirt.
Give him a T-shirt, dog. What
Oh,
is
bro, that's gonna go over real well with Dillian Whyte. Here, bro. Here's a T-shirt.
If I'm a WBC champion, dog, you better not have my belt on in my weight class. I'm gonna whoop your ass, bro. Don't have my belt on at all. Like, where's the could you imagine somebody having Hagler's belt on at middleweight on TV? It wouldn't go well. Like, they're making it weird. It's weird. It's too many belts. Next week, I'm gonna have a WBC belt. Watch.
What? Who?
Next week, I'm gonna have a WBC belt.
Yeah.
I wanted the phone case. You seen that one, Marcos? Phone case.
I want the franchise phone case.
Yeah. I saw you say that.
Franchise phone case. Anthony Jones, what's up, man? Thank you for the super chat. Dill Pickles, I think he's Dill Pickles is Dillian Whyte. Is a cab driver compared to Ortiz. Are you freaking kidding me? Fury under contract. Okay. Anthony Jones.
Bold statement.
Let's see. Rolando Romero versus Virgil Ortiz. I think that'd be too early for Rolly, especially that last fight that Rolly had. Not the last fight, the fight prior. That I thought Rolly lost that fight.
Jackson Martinez, right?
Yeah, against that kid. I thought
Sergio Trujillo, he's been saying some good fights, bro, in the chat. I've been peeping him out.
Yeah,
he's been saying some good fights. He also said earlier about I think it was Ortiz versus Sean Porter. Down the line, that'd be a great fight.
Michael, Whyte would destroy Wilder. We Americans have a lot of great athletes and freak genetics, but those Brits are disciplined in the art of boxing skills. Our tough guys do MMA and wrestling. Whyte would destroy Wilder. I don't think he'd destroy him, to be honest.
Stop the cap.
Yeah, stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
I don't know. You know, I think Dillian Whyte gets hit a lot, you know, and
yes,
he hand speed wise, he's not quicker than a Wilder, you know, and you got to think, you know, if you're a guy that gets hit a lot, Wilder's the one guy you don't want to get hit by
right.
in a fight. It'd be interesting because if he goes and he tries to bully Deontay, maybe then there's the path to winning a fight. If you're Dillian Whyte, you know, if Deontay's head really isn't in it, maybe that's the path, or maybe that, you know, Tyson Fury did break the code, and that's the key is Deontay. You got to bully the bully. You got to make him move backwards because he can't set his feet down to throw those power punches, and that's the way you beat him. I don't know, but I would favor Deontay in that fight, and I think it would be a great matchup for both because I don't think the two guys like each other very much either. I think they've done a lot of trash talk between the two of them from over the years.
You've heard Wilder when he tried to do his British accent when he was mocking Dillian Whyte. So
he's just having fun.
Yeah, but I mean,
he's just having fun. I think this weekend there's no fights. Let me see the calendar. I think there's a DAZN fight. MJ Kaka, Murjan Akhmedov or Akhmel. God, it's hard.
Jamel Herring is the one fighting this weekend.
Oh, is that? Yes, Frampton Herring.
Frampton. Exactly.
That's right. That's right. That's this weekend as well. So 2 fights, one on ESPN Plus, one on DAZN. Little MJ Kaká is a freaking beast. This guy's a super bantamweight, 8-0, already world champion. Dude's a freaking beast. And
He's the
was
one that's
champion.
got the title that Raif Salim is in line for.
Yeah, he beat Danny Roman for those titles in his last fight. Eldon saying MJ Poo Poo. I get it. MJ Kaká Poo Poo. Yeah. They call him MJ Kaká because they couldn't pronounce his name. And he likes Michael Jackson a lot, and he likes Kaká, the soccer player. So that's why.
Brazilian soccer player.
Yeah, that's why they called him MJ Kaká. Michael J. Whyte versus Oscar De La Hoya. What? What, bro? Come on, dog. Some of y'all forget that Oscar is a 6th division world champion, bro, and a gold medalist. He freaking wrecked that guy. Like, come on, dog. Like, a lot of people I feel don't give just respects to Oscar. Like, Oscar was elite level. Like, there's only been 2 other guys that have matched his accomplishments in terms of being world champion in multiple divisions. It's him, and I think Sugar Ray Leonard, and then it's Manny with 8 divisions. So I think that a lot of people, because of the trouble that Oscar's put himself in over the years outside of boxing, a lot of people, I feel, don't give enough respect to Oscar.
Every fight Oscar had was a big fight. I mean, everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what this newer generation, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
goddamn millennials.
I grew up in Pasadena, bro, and I remember going down to Villa Park and seeing Oscar De La Hoya down at the boxing gym when he had just won the Olympics, dog. And, he was a downright celebrity, you know what I'm saying? And he never let us down. He fought hard, he trained hard, and when you I can't say anything bad about Oscar, bro. I mean, Oscar's personal life isn't my business, you know what I'm saying? His fighting career, he's a complete legend, dog. Always, every Oscar fight weekend was big. With that big ass mouthpiece, bro. Love Oscar, homie.
Mm-hmm.
Love Oscar.
In person, if you meet him in person, he's a very good.
Oh, we have. He's great.
At Virgil's fight, when he came out, when he was doing the ring walk, going to his seat, he took the time to talk to everybody. One thing that really impressed me is when he would see little kids, he would literally stop and hug the little kid and take a picture. And he would do that to all the little kids that were just trying to get a picture with him. And he always takes the time and speak with it. So
Curry, dog, come on, bro.
Well, he's a great person. Whatever his life outside the ring, that's nobody.
Here's the thing, and James right here nails it. Oscar would still bring in eyeballs. At the end of the day, if Oscar, when he fights again, it's going to be a big event, because before Floyd became Floyd, Oscar was the #1 attraction in boxing, and Oscar still gets headlines, still has a huge fan base. People still root for Oscar. So
he earned his spot.
I know someone had mentioned he lost all his big fights. Yeah, he did. But you want to know why? Because Oscar wasn't like all these other cats picking and choosing who he wants to fight, when he wants to fight. He went and fought everybody in their prime when he was supposed to. And that's what happens in any sport. If you fight the guys you're supposed to fight, in any sport, you play against the people you're supposed to play against. Yep. You're going to lose every now and then. Yeah, I understand that Floyd is the exception. Floyd's like a once-in-a-generation talent, man. Like, it happens. Like, yeah, he's the exception.
Yes,
not everybody else can be as lucky as Floyd, as God-gifted as Floyd. And mind you, Floyd does deserve a little bit of criticism about when he chose to fight some guys, because there was some guys that he chose not to fight that people wanted to see him fight, but at the end of the day, Floyd fought the people he was supposed to fight, and he whooped them, but Oscar fought the guys. He stepped up to the challenges, and yeah, he lost, but he dared to be great, and I think that criticism of him, or at least that hanging over him from some fans, is unwarranted, because at least he had the balls to fight some of these guys.
Rob versus Tito. Rob versus Tito.
Yep.
I mean, I think they robbed him versus Tito. I think, and when you look back at it, bro, you can't mention the losses to Shane Mosley without the cloud over Shane Mosley's head, bro.
Yeah. And
You
that's
get
the
what
other
I'm
thing.
saying?
And
Come
I
on,
love
man.
Shane, man. I get along with Shane. I love the guy.
Love Shane.
You got to be honest. You know, he
You
was
gotta
on
be
the
honest,
cream.
bro.
He was on the cream. So those two fights should have an asterisk because we
And
don't know.
especially when, man, we start talking about the reoxygenating of the blood. And if you watch him in the 10th, 11th, and 12th, bro, he was throwing combinations. Like, you know, and Oscar lost versus those guys. That's cool. But Oscar never shied away from it, and he came to go get it, bro. Hats off to Oscar, no question.
Yeah, no question, man. So it'll be interesting to see who he goes and decides to pick in his comeback on July 11th on Triller. Dude, I don't know, man. I have this weird hunch that Triller is going to end up doing well, you know, and let me tell you why. A few things, and I was discussing this with my girlfriend last night. One, this Ryan Kavanaugh guy, everything that this guy's done has been successful. He has a track record of being successful. Like, if you really look him up and see what he's done, this dude is like a heavy hitter in Hollywood, but like, you're just like, what the hell? He was a part of this. He was a part of that. Like, he did this, he did that. Everything, just about everything he's done, he's been successful. The other thing is and we've known this for the longest time. Boxing is entertainment, okay? At the end of the day, it's entertainment. We go to watch boxing to be entertained, to escape our daily grind of life so we can forget about, you know, the kids, the wife, the girlfriend, stress, debt, all that stuff. That, you know, we watch sports to forget about that. All that stuff, you know. At the end of the day, boxing is entertainment, all right?
Mm-hmm.
What he's doing with these events is he's putting together entertainment events where you want to tune in and watch because it's not only a fight but also a musical act. And you know what I thought? You know who else did this? And probably, I'm sure they met with the same resistance back in the 70s or in the 60s. The NFL. Could you imagine telling, you know, the guys in the 60s and 70s, yeah, we want to put a halftime show at the Super Bowl with the Rolling Stones? They'd have been like, this is football. What are you talking about? No. But now, just as many people tune into the Super Bowl to see the halftime show because it's an event than to see the game. And I think that's what these Triller people are trying to do. It worked for the NFL with the Super Bowl. They're doing this now with these fights, that they're putting musical acts, entertainment acts, where it's like, yeah, I'm going to watch that because so-and-so's performing, and they got this crazy fight that's happening with celebrity A and celebrity B. And, you know, Teofimo Lopez is on the card too, where they start becoming like that. Like, these are can't miss pop culture events. It's just pure sport now. Now it's sport and entertainment. Smart. Doing what the NFL did. Smart. I have a feeling it's going to work. I think that's a viable way to make it work.
Think about it, man. Like, anybody ever intermittent fast and not break the fast the right way, right? Like, somebody says, I fart on the couch, I made $50. Come on, bro.
Oh, hey, let's see that. I see that. Let's see that. Let's see if we can, Luke. All right, Luke, put your YouTube channel link on the comments right now. All right, start a live stream and let's see you fart on the couch. If you fart on the couch, we will pitch in and give you the $50. All right, Luke.
Hilarious, bro.
Oh my god!
And it's got to be a couch with the plastic on the bottom, dog. Not just
hey, an extra 25. Wait, Marcus. An extra 25. Okay, an extra $25 if he farts on his pet.
On his what?
On his pet. If he has a pet.
Pet. Oh, we don't condone pet abuse on Fight Up TV, bro. But what I was saying is that these Triller events, the reason that they're getting ready, and you're right, I think that Triller is getting ready to take off. And the reason is because just like when you're super hungry, bro, you got a burger, you got fries, you just grab everything at once. You know what I'm saying? It's entertainment all rolled into one. It's a hell of a night, man. It's a hell of a night. It's a fight. It's an event. It's Snoop Dogg. I think it'll be dope, man. I think it's something. It's something new. Somebody pink eye.
Yeah, but you know what? When Triller started, when Triller has started making noise, they didn't get a lot of hate like DAZN. Like, even though the new structure that they're doing, like DAZN, when they came out, everybody was bashing on DAZN. Everybody was wishing the worst on DAZN. And right now with Triller, everybody's like, their eyes are glued, even though they're not big fights yet to come with Teofimo. But people are just excited about it. And I think it's just a change. HBO being gone, DAZN coming in, and now Triller is just a change. So I'm excited for it.
You guys are hilarious on this chat, man. Yeah. I like doing that because you guys are cool here on the chat. You guys aren't crazy either as well. Make sure to go and press the like button for the live chat, please, and subscribe to the channel as well. We're getting close to 1 million. Hey, why is that? Why is it that DAZN got a lot of hate at the beginning and Triller isn't?
Because DAZN came out and said, bro, listen, we've all been watching pay-per-view for years. I saw somebody right now that just said, hey, I miss HBO. That HBO pay-per-view, King Vision. DAZN came out and was like, you know what? Pay-per-view is dead. Bro, I pay $20 a month for DAZN, even if it's a fight or not. I paid for DAZN throughout the pandemic as well. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's not pay. It is pay-per-view. I'm paying and I'm viewing. So it's stretched out pay-per-view, I guess, but it's still pay-per-view. Like, that's why I think they attacked the old model of boxing.
Hey, you guys getting those shoes?
No.
That's a real thing?
Yes. Next question. We'll talk about that.
Hold on. I thought that was like a Photoshop. It's a real thing. They came out with shoes like that?
Yeah.
Really?
Pretty dramatic, and it's
Wait, and Nike approved them?
Oh no, actually they just came out right now a few hours ago.
They're suing them right now.
Yeah, they're suing them. What's doing?
Nike's suing, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty dramatic.
Nike shoes?
Huh?
Aren't they Nikes?
Yeah, I think he's doing something wrong.
Yeah, people buy obviously the Nike pair and make them their own design with Nike on it. Some people just do it undercover. Some people just sell them like that. So what happened was a company got those shoes with Lil Nas X, and they made that whole splurge of what the shoe is named and everything. But it's very detailed and everything, like Bible verses, and then a drop of human blood on there. The box, or I don't know. Anyways, we're going off the wrong lane.
Hey, this is a good point here. You know when it will stop. When or if one of these YouTubers gets seriously injured because they don't know what they're doing. That's very, very true. I think, it might.
I don't think Jake goes into that group, though. If he's been training for 2 years, bro, he's a YouTuber
not him,
that watches.
This Reykon guy is going to get freaking murked, dude. Murked. Like, he can get hurt really bad against this guy. Murked. Sent to the freaking shadow realm, dudes. Your soul is mine, Mortal Kombat style, Shang Tsung style, dude. Like, he brings up a legit point, man. It might get to that's how we see the end of this. Someone saying Nate Robinson. Yeah, that was a pretty bad knockout also,
Yeah. I don't know if it can get any worse than Nate Rob. I mean, we don't want anybody to get seriously damaged.
Bro, but, I think Reykon could be worse than freaking Nate. Like,
really?
At least Nate worked out and trained. Like, this guy, he made it sound like he's barely started training for 20 days to get ready for this fight.
Playing possum, dog.
He's not playing possum, bro. He's not.
Is he fit? I don't even know who the cat is.
He said, I grew up playing soccer.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with soccer.
So did Sergio Martinez.
Yeah, but Sergio, come on, dude. Sergio.
But he did.
He did. But
he found out he had hands.
This guy's fighting a guy who's 8-0 that's only trained 20 days.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
I ducked Bob. I ducked Bob. I nugged dog. There we go. Here we go. Another one. These YouTubers won't get hurt. It's obvious they won't put them in there with an actual fighter when it's too dangerous. Can you imagine?
That's what I said.
Jake Paul fought Beterbiev.
That's what I said. Like, who has more to lose right here? Like, Jake Paul has more to lose. That's why he has to win this fight. Like, there's no way that they lined him up with somebody that they know that they're going to lose. Jake Paul and all his team saw something in Ben and said, we definitely can't.
They saw that he can't box or shit. That's
Yeah,
what they saw.
exactly. I
But
mean,
they're also underestimating that Ben has
Is he
trained
that
with
bad?
guys that are way more dangerous than Jake, has actually had real fights with guys that are way more dangerous than Jake, can take a freaking punch, and he knows what he has actual real fight experience.
You know, man, look,
Marcus, you're like, whatever. I don't
Nate
care.
Robinson didn't have, so Nate Robinson is what you don't want to be.
Yeah.
Nate Robinson is who you don't want to be. Somebody where you coming in and you know you kind of don't belong. You know what I'm saying? I think we watched him when he trained. He looked like he didn't really know what was happening, and they still put him in there. So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's definitely a possibility, bro. But the problem is that a guy that or a girl that isn't really built to take punishment like a pro fighter got less of a chance to get killed because they just get knocked out one blow. Like Nate, just go to sleep and get back up.
Well,
Ready to party, homie.
it's gonna be a huge fight. I think it's gonna. It's so crazy. Jake Paul is quickly becoming the cash cow of boxing, bros. Isn't that some ish, man? Because this pay-per-view is going to sell really, really well. There's a lot of attention for it as
Marcos, you
well.
and Mario Lopez, somebody said, bro.
Me and Mario
You
Lopez.
and Mario Lopez. Hey, there it is. That's the fight right there.
Dog.
Marcos and Mario Lopez, dog.
You're not allowed to hit Mario in the face when you spar against him. I've heard that from multiple people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it makes sense. Well, he's on TV. He doesn't want to show with a black eye. Asking is trolling. Yeah, his boxing sucked, but his spar videos, he's only showing what he wants people to see. I'm sure he's improved. He's smart. Jake is going to underestimate him. It's all a plan. I actually did think that for a little bit that, hey, is this fool just trolling us? Like, is he just showing like that he looks terrible? But his stand-up is terrible, and he'll even say like, yeah, I'm not a boxer, my boxing's not good, but that's a good point. Yair fight 6'9", bro.
Yeah, Yair about, homie.
Yeah. All right, guys. Body shots, Fuga's wild. Yeah, body shots. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We went over. We might extend this just permanently for an hour and a half, but we usually do this for an hour. Tune in to us next Monday at 5:35. We're going to go ahead and discuss all the stuff, the craziness that happened this week coming up next Monday at 5:35. Let's get one final round of likes over here for the live chat as well. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't so already as we get closer and closer to 1 million subs. And go ahead and follow Yair and Marcus. Shout out your guys' accounts.
JMart1018 on Twitter and Instagram. JMart1018. Easy.
Hold on. Luke is back. My fart. What? Okay. My fart demands payment. Just when we thought we were gonna leave, you pull us back in here, Luke.
He said he forgot to press record though.
You're supposed to record, bro. You're supposed to send us a link to your YouTube channel if you farting on the couch, but forgot to record. No deal, my friend. No deal for you. No deal for you. Go ahead and follow Marcus at Peacekeeper Boxing. You can go ahead and follow me as well at Hey It's Marcos V. That does it for the Fight Up TV live chat for this Monday, March 29th. Take it easy, you guys. Make it a positive rest of your week. And we'll see you next week. Peace out, guys. Take it easy.
Have a good rest of your night, y'all.
Later, man. Yep, no doubt.
Don't fart on your couch.
I see you.